All right, this is for my 1102 students. What we're going to do, we're going to take some of the information you've learned about automotive maintenance and apply it to another mode of transportation, mainly motorcycle. Today I need to change the fluid in my rear drive. It's 75, 90 weights, similar to what's run in a lot of automotive rear diffs on pickup trucks and some rear-wheel drive cars. Now, unlike a lot of those, we don't have to pull the cover off to drain it. This, we're going to have a drain plug we'll pull, and then we'll have a fill plug. So we'll go ahead and get into that. I don't recommend you doing this. It's something that I do, but again, I don't necessarily recommend it to anybody. What I've done is I put the center stand up and it's raised on a couple of blocks. What that's going to do is going to give me some additional clearance between the ground and my tire here, and it's going to give me just enough room to drop the tire down and to roll it out of the back if I remove this little fender flap here. Okay, so that's what I'm going to end up doing. Now, if I did not put the center stands on my blocks, see ya. What I would do then, I've got a screw here in the fender. I've got another screw up here in the corner. I know it's there. There we go. I've got one just like it over here. And I've got another one right here. I can pull those four off and this whole back fender will come out, and then I don't need to worry about setting my center stands up on little blocks there. Okay, but I did this time, so that's how I'm going to pull this wheel out. Now we'll get this thing pulled out in just a couple minutes. Okay, now I've loosened the wheel before I put it up in the air, so all I've got to do is spin these things out of here. I'll pull the wheel out. Pull this right out like this. Be careful. Try not to scratch the wheel or anything. And notice it's hitting that bottom part of the fender there. So, all right, anyways, I can pull the screw out of there. All right, he's out of the way. Now I can roll the tire out. Okay, now we're looking at this mess. Right there. And it's going to be our fill plug. Now, I recommend that you make sure that you can pull that out before you attempt to pull the drain plug, because it'd be a shame to have you drain all the fluid in there only to find out you can't put it back in again. So, let me go ahead and put the torque spit in there. Be real careful with these. There is an O-ring on there, so it'd be a good idea to have some O-rings on hand. All right, there it is. Again, a little O-ring in the bottom. And he's pulled out, we're successful. Now we're going to switch to the other side and we'll go ahead and drain this. There's the drain plug right here. So I'm going to need to put my torque spit in there, loosen that up, pull them out. There. Nice, pretty. Actually pretty clear fluid, which is good. I'm going to get in there, make sure there's not a whole bunch of metal stuff in there. If there is, well, I don't know what I'll do. I don't want to tear the tail end apart just yet. But hopefully there's not a bunch of metal in there and we'll be okay. No sparklies, no nothing, so I think I'm in pretty good shape. All right, so this is drained out. Now, what I need to do, check this O-ring. O-ring is okay. I replaced it the last time I did this, so I think I'm gonna put him back in again. Make sure we've got a little bit of lube on there. I might let this drip just a little bit more. BMW says somewhere between 180 and 200 milliliters. So I'm going to go ahead and cap this off just as soon as it's almost done dripping. I'll just take a little bit of that and lube the O-ring up. There, you're going to see that's done. Alright, now we'll go ahead and torque it. BMW is real picky about their torques, so I will torque it. At 20 newton meters. All right, beautiful. That part's done. Now, I need to measure out 200 milliliters or cc's worth of 7590 gear lube. Okay. Here we got a syringe. I think it's called a hydroponic something or other feed syringe. They use them in gardens and who knows where else. I didn't get a 200 milliliter. Mine's 150 milliliter. So what I can do, I can either go with 150 and another 30 to 50 beyond that, or fill it to 100 and then do that twice. And I think that's what I'm going to do. You see where things end up. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it right in the end of my lube tube here. This is kind of neat. This came with the syringe. I'm going to call that pretty close to 100. Nice for the focus. All right, now I'm going to take this to the other side. That's the hole that I need to inject the oil in. Now, it's in there a little ways. So what I'm going to need to do is put a little hose on the end of my syringe so that I can make sure that I get it all in there. Let's see if we can see that a little bit better. Yeah, if I can jam him right in there, that'll work just fine. All right, here's one. In with the last of it. Okay, lubricated the O-ring on this. I'm going to go ahead and put them back in the hole. All right, torque's the same for this one, 20 newton meter. Check it again. There we go. All right, the part's done. Now the tire, everything will go back together. We can re-torque it. Put the little fender flap back on and take it home. Be careful that you don't gouge the wheel on the brake caliper. The exhaust moves just a little bit, just enough that you can kind of finagle it in there without scraping your rim. Okay, now, while it's still down kind of low, I'm going to go ahead and put that fender flap back on. I'll attempt to lift the tire up, lid on the hub. Go ahead and we'll put the studs back in it. Now I'm going to get down under here, get an eyeball. Okay, at this point you go ahead and snug them with a ratchet. Okay, then we'll go ahead and get the torque wrench. All right, 60 Newton meters, what this calls for. I got the brake pedal pushed down. We'll see how that works. All right, I'm going to do it in 2 steps there. All right, now I'm going to give it the final torque. There, so. Release that brake pedal. It is free to spin. Tender's back in. All right, time to just make a note in my maintenance log and my mileage chart here, and take it down off the center stand and take it home. Thanks for watching.